topic for today. I think the first one we should delve into should be the teachers' union that have embarked on a strike. And it actually happened yesterday. I want to actually, let me read a few messages and then I come, because I've promised my viewers that today, we are going to be reading all your messages. So let me see if I have a message and then I'll quickly read it and then we go into our topic for today. So if it's ready, I'll just pick it and I'll read it. But let me give a brief on what actually is happening. So 3 teacher unions have declared a nationwide strike effective Wednesday, March 20th. And the reasons that they cited was that the new collective agreement stands unnegotiated. And we raised this concern in our letter to the Director General of GES, dated February 29th, 2024, and also informed the National Labour Commission. As we gather here now, the issue is still outstanding. And they also say that, they have drawn the attention of the Director General to the fact that the Ghana Education Service does not have a functional scheme of service for teachers. So this is the reason why, and there's actually a letter that they wrote. So this is the main reason why they are actually embarking on this particular strike. And so until they reach a consensus where they feel that they are okay, they will not go back to classroom. Openyi Kwame Jantwa. Okay, let me read this comment. I was going to go here. Okay, so good morning to you. The appointment of new ministers under President Nana Akufo-Addo has the potential to serve a very good purpose by bringing in fresh perspectives and talent to address the challenges facing Ghana. However, there are also concerns about the impacts of these changes on the economy, with both positive and negative implications to consider. The new ministers need to work together with their teams, stakeholders, and the public to ensure that their appointments lead to positive outcomes for the country. Aaron Bebako Kokomisa. Okay, so let me see. Okay. Good morning, Roslyn. I'm very happy for our parliament. Our parliament has done a great job. All thanks to the speaker. We are much grateful, Master Raman Tuna. All right. Okay, so it looks like people are actually very happy with the decision that parliament, it's not parliament, it's actually, it's not parliament, but actually the speaker of parliament, Honorable Agbagbing, is the one who is saying that until he's seeing that changes are happening within the anti-LGBTQ plus bill. He's also not going to append his signature on it. Well, I don't know. Should we start with that one, or we should go into the teachers? Since the conversation is beginning, I think we should start with we should start with this one, right?
If we start with that one, we won't go into any other. So let's get the teachers out of the way.
Okay, so let's talk about the teachers. This consensus that they want to reach, it looks like every year we face the same challenges with the teachers. Teachers embark on strike every year. What is it that they want that they are not getting? And why is GES not giving these teacher unions what they want so that we can have some peace and have them in the classrooms for the children to benefit from all the fees that they pay? Opinion.
Good morning to our viewers, and good morning to fellow panelists and to yourself. It boils down to Sikakuria, isn't it? And conditions of service. I haven't seen I'm not sure whether you've got the document, the collective bargaining document that they sent to
GES?
GES.
I have a document here.
What does it say?
So, Declaration of Industrial Action.
It's the industrial action, but the actual...
No, the actual document,
exactly.
No.
So if for anything at all, if we can get that actual document, then we know what the details are in there. But as you rightly said, every year there's this wahala.
Yeah.
Why? What is it that we cannot get the teachers to make sure that their conditions of service, their pay and everything is set? Is there a challenge? And if there's a challenge, what is the challenge? Shouldn't the minister tell us something? But anyway, we've mortgaged some of the things, haven't we? We've mortgaged what is the fund? The fund, educational fund.
Education fund.
Yes, we mortgaged it. So it all boils down to being able to sit and negotiate. Really and truly, this shouldn't be out in the papers all the time. Every year. Last year, November, they were talking about this. Last year, January, they were talking about it. And it looks as if government is not interested in doing anything. And if there's a problem, government should tell us. Guys, we don't have the wherewithal to, heed to the demands you're asking for, but will be able to do X, Y, Z. Let's talk. But it doesn't look as if they're interested. And if they go on strike, who suffers?
The students, the children.
Children. So please, authorities, let's do something about it. Let's really do something about it. Because the teacher unions feel that they are not being heard. If you read the letter, they're not being heard. Nobody is interested in talking to them. Government is interested in talking to them. So where do they go? Go for strike. It doesn't help them themselves. Because if the fair wages also come and say, okay, you've gone on strike, so we're not going to pay you. That's not. So please, let's try as much as possible to sort this challenge out so that at least the teachers get what they want. And even if you cannot give them all, give them some. That would also...
Is it not the same sum that keeps us taking us where we are?
Some no cry and can't. We don't even discuss the sum, let alone to discuss the entire thing. Let's start seeing some discussions. I would like a situation where there are cameras in the room when they are negotiating, so that the people can see which sides are at fault or the kind of conclusions they come to, whether it tells. Because in the end, it's our children who suffer in the class if they are not there. Let's try as much as possible to sort this out once and for all. It's one too many.
It's too many.
Yeah, it's one too many.
Let me welcome the rep in MPP this morning, Dr. Ezekiel Ajikum. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm very well.
You're sitting between two lawyers.
Oh, wow.
A medical doctor in between two lawyers.
I'll get the legal impartation.
If we get a heart attack here.
I hope you're doing well, though.
I'm doing very great. Sorry for the small hitches getting here quite late.
That's okay. You're hardly late.
I always come before metal, so...
That's it. That's what I said. You're hardly late, so you're
road, where did you come from?
Tantra Hill.
Tantra Hill. Was there street lights on the road?
There's street lights.
Where?
Right from Machimota.
To where?
To I got here. This very junction.
Please, because you're MP. Because I use that same stretch. I use that same stretch.
You came through...
I came through.
And those street
Please,
lights.
I use that same stretch.
By the time I got Tesano, God has given his own lights, so we didn't need the street lights at the point I got Tesano.
You see, this is the problem.
This
is the problem.
And the traffic lights...
This is the problem. They can't speak to power. Their own people can't speak to power.
That's what I saw, Rosalind.
I used the same stretch. I didn't see that.
Oh, okay. By the time I got to Sesano, bright daylight.
Rosalind.
So we didn't need
Rosalind.
The street light.
Dr. Ezekiel, in the past, was a very good man, trustworthy.
But he's a good man. Why is he
was a very good and trustworthy man. But I think that of late, I don't know what's happened to him. Simple question. And you don't know that the host used that same route.
No one.
Now when you're questioning further, you are saying that God had given you
daylight.
God had given you daylight. I don't know what's happening to all the fine gentlemen in the MPP of late.
No one invited you.
Hey,
what's happening?
It shall be well. It shall be well. Anyway, let me come to you, Beto. We are discussing the teachers, the three teacher unions who are on strike, actually. And it looks like one too many. Year on, we hear them going on strike, but they never get to an agreement. And so we just want to know, what can government do so we can prevent these things from happening? Because it's the students who struggle or who actually get affected when the teachers go on a strike. So I was on Emetomunu.
Yeah, Rosalind, thank you very much. Very good morning to yourself and our church viewers. And good morning to the incoming president of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Just what happened in this studio today, this morning, is a clear indication of what is going to happen on the 7th of December when the elections are held. You know, the NDC was in early, the MPP came in late.
But CPP was earlier.
CPP was earlier. I'm talking about the NDC and the MPP. I don't CPP, they are playing wings for us. So you cross the ball to the NDC because the MPP wasn't anywhere to be found in the box. So that's the same thing that's going to happen. So I welcome you. And,
thank you.
Continue to be late like that.
Yeah, you're always
so talking on the teacher training, teachers strike. You see, Rosalind, there are institutions set up in Ghana. We have the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. Many times when issues of strike pop up, we tend to blame the central government. So the main job of Fair Wages and Salaries Commission is to ensure that salaries of workers are fair and they are equal, and some of these concerns, they would address them. I'm not sure, reading from the news on your portal, I'm not sure that's the first time the teachers have raised this issue and threatened to go on strike. But I think that because they've not gotten any response from government, any of the government institutions that are responsible, and Fair Wages can also give a green light when they are not getting a green light that they are going to address their concerns and give them what they want, if they've not also gotten a green light from the Ministry of Finance as well. So you see, I have a letter here which is dated on the 19th of March.
Okay.
And from Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. Invitation to a meeting. Fair Wages and Salaries Commission respectfully invites the leadership of the Ghana National Association of Teachers and the listed stakeholders to a meeting as per details below. The date is today, 21st March 2024, time 10 a.m. Venue is the Ministry of Education Conference Room, agenda negotiations. So you could see that and the teachers, their date was on Tuesday, that they declared that they were going to go on strike. A Fair Wages letter has now come out that they are calling them for a meeting. Sometimes we shouldn't...
Their date was yesterday, Wednesday?
Yes, yesterday. Yeah. So their meeting is supposed to be held today, this morning at 10 a.m. The meeting has not even been held. So I'm sure when they receive indications that now the unions are serious about going on strike, that's when now they're inviting them for a meeting. Sometimes when you are living in a house with a child and there's no food at home, it depends on how you communicate to a child and tell them that these are hard times. So I think that you just have this gari and sugar. Normally we eat rice and chicken, but because of the situation, let's have gari and sugar. But when you're telling the child that you shouldn't be hiding inside the bedroom at night and you'll be eating fried rice and full chicken. Next time when you come out to tell the child that these are hard times and that the child should bear with you, but better days are going to come, the child is not going to listen. They will press on to make sure that they get what they want. That's the situation happening in Ghana now. Government comes to tell us that the economy is messed up. Now they've admitted, even the president has admitted that the economy is messed up and that a new leader is going to take us out of the mess. We can see from all indications as well with this haircut, this pensioners going to IMF, our inflation rate and all that, we can see that the economy is truly in a mess. But if you look at the lifestyle of the people in government, at the people at the helm of affairs, you cannot trust them. You would also push to get what you want, because at the end of the day, we're all driving on the same roads, we're all living in the same Ghana, we all go to the same market. So if you're telling me that the economy is tight, you should tighten your belt first for us to also understand. And I don't think Ghanaians are people who would not understand. If truly they can see that the leadership of this nation are telling us that we're in high times and they've tightened their belts, we are going to also bear with them and also tighten it, because together we build one nation. The government has come out severally, Minister of Finance, that even most of their big men and their appointees are going to stop using their V8s and Land Cruisers. Remember when he came to the Parliament, so that we cut down on fuel. They are going to cut down on certain things that they give to them. We see too many V8s in the system. One minister is moving with a motorcade, about 2 or 3 Land Cruisers that are in their convoy. So how do we as Ghanaians trust them? Then there's money there, but some people or selected few are getting the money. So the teachers would also push. And once these people have started, trust me, you can get the nurses joining. You can get my good friend, doctor, their medical association.
The KNUST doctors were on strike just last.
For a different purpose.
Yeah, you can get doctors.
But it's still almost the same.
No.
You can get doctors joining in.
If you've given them accommodation and you tell them they'll move out and you don't give them another place to go to, of course it's almost the same.
We will come there.
You can get doctors also joining in, another
Conditions of service.
Yeah, it's still the conditions of service.
Other unions also joining in. All the conditions of service.
People come from my head.
All the conditions of services boils down to finance. So if you don't have the money, you cannot be able to do that for them. So I think that the government should call them. The government should talk to them. If they can meet them at least halfway, it will be of help to us, because when 2 elephants fight, it's the grander surface.
Yeah.
When the teachers fight and the government is fighting, the people who are supposed to benefit from the services of the teachers. That's our kids, our younger brothers and sisters. They are going to suffer. And at the end of the day, the nation suffers at large. So I think that the government should call a spade a spade.
Okay.
They shouldn't polish it like my good brother tried to polish the history of the street lights this morning. Where there's truth, politics is about building a nation. It's about we sharing different ideas. Let's not do propaganda with some of these issues. When we call a spade and we tell Ghanaians the truth, sometimes they might. Sometimes they might believe you. But now most of you are building credibility issues.
Let me bring.
He said something. He said when two elephants fight, what?
The
ground surface. So we should try as much as possible live under one umbrella. That is.
That's very good. That's very good. Lawyer, you're a wise man. We should all come under one umbrella.
Good morning once again, and good morning.
I want to check. Continue. I'm just checking if I have some message.
A very good morning to His Excellency, the Vice President, Dr. Mamadou Bawumia, the next President of the Republic. Yesterday, he started his engagement. He met the Chamber of Commerce and the Ghana Bar Association. We hope that the negotiations and engagement duly continues and is able to touch base with everyone to explain his policies for the buy-in of Ghanaians. And clearly the hypocrisy here is the tree and bird story my brother sought to tell us. Sure. What is a bird? A bird is a form of an animal that lives on the tree. Therefore, a tree is. So clearly we are discussing teachers and how we can improve the conditions of our teachers. But the NDC cannot resist any temptation to rope in and start going on a free-range system, as I always say it, to start singing the song and the chorus they've rehearsed over the years to bring in government and what people are doing, what people are not doing. If there is any commitment from government, we've seen government has reduced the extent of traveling by government officials in our various ministries and departments, which we can clearly attest to it. Government has reduced to about 30% the tune of salaries our government appointees were receiving. So indeed, there's been some commitment from government vis-a-vis tightening our belt and government showing the lead role in terms of protecting the purse and reducing the expenditure on the public coffers. So indeed, government has demonstrated some efforts and commitment to making sure that, yes, they play the exemplary role we expect of them to play. So you come and sit here today talking about teachers, let's stoke the flames. Let's try to bring in certain things, do the propaganda on set for people to know that, yes, others are living large and others are made to be poorer.
But some people not living large?
But unfortunately, that has been the norm in society, irrespective of how long you've been educated, irrespective of the certificate you have sometimes. Certain jobs will definitely pay more than certain professions. I'm a doctor today, looking at the number of years I spent in school, the number of years I spent as even a house officer to become a medical officer and onward. But you can compare my salary today and someone who just left university, and you can do the comparison for yourself. That sometimes, even though we expect certain professions and certain duration of certain professions in school, vis-a-vis what you studied and how long it took you and the difficulty and the sensitivity, how essential your service is, you can't always have the salary structure being the same. There are people in certain places that will definitely earn more than I would earn.
It can be better than
but of course, but that notwithstanding, we need to always make sure that what is due people is giving them. Over the year, this is not the first time we are experiencing strike actions by organized labor. It doesn't mean we should continue. If it happened under the NDC or even under President Kufuor or under President Rawlings, doesn't mean we should continue seeing them. But I'm happy to understand certain areas. If you look at the Ghana Medical Association, until recently, over the past 7 to 8 years, I don't think we've experienced any industrial action by the Ghana Medical Association, for instance. Doesn't mean everything the doctors have asked for over the years has been given to them. It's a big no.
The past 7 years?
Yes, doctors have not been on strike for the past 7 years. The only strike action we saw was around 2020 with the nurses and the nurse anesthetists who laid down their tools, also fighting for conditions of service. But doctors themselves, over the past 7 to 8 years, we've not seen any industrial action. Okay. And we can go back and do the comparison here and there. But of course, that's not the focus. The focus is about... The recent one was the threat, in quotes, to oust them from their place of residence to use the place for something different. So
but they were out.
the issue here It's about making sure that, as my brother said, we meet organized labor halfway. Government explain its parts, and then organized labor also come to the table to explain their part to see a common ground that will better serve the interests of the country. Government over the years since we took over has at least shown some goodwill when it comes to our teachers' front. We remember the issue of teach for 3 years and let me pay you 3 months' salary. The issues of be employed for 12 to 24 months, and then I revoke that employment letter and give you a new one to give you 4 months' salary instead of the 12 to 24 months you thought. We saw all these things under President Mahama, and then his education minister and now running mate, Prof. Nana Opoku-Agyeman. Talk about the teacher training.
May I ask a question? May I ask Ezekiel?
Okay.
Aren't doctors leaving this country in droves?
Doctors,
nurses leaving this country.
Doctors
Isn't
over
that
the years
worse than strikes?
The issue with the health workers' migration.
Conditions of service are bad for doctors. Conditions of service are bad for nurses.
Conditions of service.
We should look at it.
I perfectly agree with you. But conditions of service for health workers has never been the best for health workers. Since this government, since this government,
so we pretend to pay.
Since this government came to power, if you look at the rate of increment of salaries for doctors in particular over the years compared to 2017 till now, go and check how much the House Officer was receiving in 2015, 2014, and how much the House Officer is receiving today. The issue of COVID has opened up and exposed the health systems over the years. If you go and take the PLAB, which is the UK, exactly. So I'm going to explain to you. If you look at the PLAB exams, that's written by doctors to help them work in UK, for instance. The pass mark pre-COVID and the pass mark intra and post-COVID is different. Back then, you need to score around 160 out to 170 out of 200 questions. It's been reduced to the point of now, with 120 out of 200, you can get access to move on to the next stage. And it's across board.
Look, I don't see
it's across board. It's because once again, over the years and with COVID coming in, with the health systems exposed, the countries elsewhere have relaxed how much you needed to come and work in there.
So let me ask you
the test.
How many doctors do we have saying that they are migrating from UK to come to Ghana to come and practice? How many doctors do you have that will tell you they are migrating from US to come and practice here? Because their conditions of service are good. But we have doctors here who are migrating because of conditions of service.
The doctors here definitely always migrate because of conditions of service and the facilities to work in. What I'm trying to tell you is that we see the numbers increasing today, not necessarily because government has done nothing about that condition of service. Looking at doctors, for example, aside the general increments in public sector salary from the beginning of the year, our condition of service, a part of negotiation the GMA got with government, by middle of the year, another percentage is added to us based on a market premium and whatnot. But COVID has exposed the world health sector, including Ghana. That's why even pushed the president to say that, yes, it's about time we needed to sit up to making sure that every district in the country has a hospital. The requirement to migrating from your country to practice in the areas, Americas and the Europes, where always there's been the tests and the desire to practice there has definitely come down. And you don't need that much effort migrating today to America or UK as you needed some years back. So clearly,
I won't go.
You can be uncomfortable, but if the requirements are quite difficult for you to migrate, it will force your hand to stay
let me
here.
read some
but it's not the same
coming
today.
in. Hi, Roslyn, you look good this morning. Before you start with the discussion, let me push this chair so that I can... before you start with the discussion, where is the NPP representative? They are always late for a show. Kudos to the NPC representative for the sacrifice. Always on time and speaks for the truth. Service to the country. Aduma from Medina. Koresko Zakari says that, and he's in Sunyani, we said it, that Baumia and his entourage have no message. They are lying on Mahama, but could not do anything. But for Baumia, PDS scandal is reloading, awaiting for John Dramani Mahama to come and prosecute and the game-changing policy 24-hour economy, which is happening now in Abrochire. Most Ghanaians abroad never know digital, where proper digital emanates. Yet Manhunt 24 economy is operational. Mahama more peelful. Peelful? What's that? Yeah, hey, okay. You shall win 2024. Greetings, Regional Communications Officer Charles Akowa Nana Akantwa of Dreamfield Pharmacy. Good morning, madam. Everybody have power in his house. So what Speaker did is the right thing because everyone is talking about the law. Good morning to Honorable Eric Opoku from Abdul Razak, David Youth Organizer. Good morning, Sister Roslyn. Common street lights, the government cannot fix it. What is happening in Ghana? If you are not skillful, you can't rule this country. Baumia can't rule Ghana. Baumia promised one laptop to one teacher. Only 10% of teachers receive the laptops. Baumia going around deceiving the good people of Ghana. Another watering promise, one laptop, one child. God will punish Ghana if Ghanaians vote for wicked NPP again. Nanado and Baumia are promoting, no, they are not promoting homosexuality. That one, they are not. Good morning, Roslyn. Speaker versus President. In fact, I'm happy the Speaker took the decision. God and Ghanaians are solidly behind him. The President said Ghana beyond aid, yet he is afraid to sign the anti-gay bill. This will also make the construction of the cathedral meaningless. Solomon Katamaso. Hey, people are for the Speaker this morning, Paul. Good morning, Madam Amidrisu from Yendi. The action of Speaker of Parliament are recommended and accepted by the majority of we Ghanaians. Imagine the MPP party with their own Speaker. Good morning, Madam, and to your guests. Madam, the unions are simply going to waste their time and energy. Our president has promised not to listen to anybody again. After all, he doesn't need our votes again. Madam, bravo to the Speaker of Parliament. In fact, currently he is the man of the match, but he should take his security serious as well as what he eats and drink. My regards to incoming MP for Myon, Alhaji Misbah. Please, Madam, I am still reminding you about my plead. Don't worry at all. Try and get him. Sumani Hamza. Good morning, Joy Prime. After reading what the Speaker of Parliament put out yesterday, I fully support him. This president thinks that Ghana belongs to him and his family alone. I urge Parliament not to approve the ministers because Akufo-Addo is becoming arrogant. He thinks he's more important than the rest of us. We are not going to make any mistake by voting for this insensitive government again. Okay. Good morning, Roslyn. You see, when the MPP rep, they lie on the issue of street light being work on this area to your station, then boom, your station freezes. We froze, eh? Hey, he even sent a picture. Okay, Honorable Akis, Mr. Shubekwa. Beautiful Roslyn, I like your smile. Rough. Good morning to you. Thank you so much. Teachers are suffering. Why government deduct their monies without giving them the laptop since 2021 November? It's been almost 7 years now since they changed the curriculum, yet teachers and students don't have textbooks. This is a country which has unstable electricity power, schools under streets, food shortages in second cycle schools, no textbooks, poorly equipped laboratory in second cycle schools, lack of infrastructure in schools. Hey, MPP now, wow, regards to Madam Vera inside BBNE Government Hospital. Roslyn, good morning. I hope your guests are all doing well. Please, what is Baumia saying? Tax amnesty in 2025? Yes, please. That's what he said. Baumia should get serious and stop his jokes. What's preventing him from implementing these policies? This is what? Okay, it's not an admission that they have messed this economy. If this was how they met the economy in 2017, would they have implemented the free education? Baumia should stop the joke and be serious. We aren't ready for his jokes anymore. Collective agreement will always have to be renegotiated when they expire. That of teachers lasts for 3 years, so there will always be that back and forth between worker unions and government. The Ministry of Education should just be proactive, not always allowed to get the stage of strike. Good morning. I agree. I really agree. You know, with that one in particular opinion, can't we have a policy that, okay, if it's going to expire in 3 years, then what do? Let's do it before the 3 years, you know.
Will they?
Have a policy. Okay, in the next 3 years it's going to expire.
Government at any given time does not know how much money it has. And if government doesn't look at the expenditure and they overspend, how can they take care of some of these things? But some of these things are very important.
Good morning, Roslyn. In fact, the Ghanaian teacher has seen a lot of injustice under this government. We've been beaten every day. This government under Opoku Prempeh deducts the teachers' salaries to provide us laptops. Now, not all teachers have received their laptops, yet the same people are promising laptops to SHS students. Some teachers' salary have been blocked for no reason, best known to our leaders. by the special prosecutor till date. Is it good? Please tell the NPP man stop throwing sand into the eyes of Ghanaians. Doctors in Kumasi went on strike for the accommodation challenges. We, the teachers, are doing same for our laptops and colleagues. The teacher's reward is no more in heaven. It is here on earth. Just like that of politician is here on earth. Master Rahman Tuna Savannah. Okay.
But Roslyn, what type of laptops are they giving them? Go and look at the type of laptops they are giving them.
And they are taking the money. The thing is, they are even...
Huh?
Okay, good morning, Madam Host. Please, as the train arrived, we are in March. Ask the NPP guy because the IPA are still calling COVID NPP Moses Lagos. The trains, when are we starting? Roslyn, tell the NPP guy to be quiet. Living large starts with the health system, where doctors always get to be posted, and more than nurses. This government wants us to wallow in poverty, making life difficult, especially for nurses. He's just saying what he doesn't know. Roslyn asked a doctor how much salary he earns in a month and compared that to nurses. Okay, I'll read just this one.
That's really a mistake.
Good morning, Roslyn. These are teacher union leaders. They always declare strike at the wrong time. Do they know some of us are on vacation? Why don't they wait when it is 2 weeks to us? Sarah, we are wicked. I'll read this and then I'll take a break and then I'll come and read the rest later.